Good evening, viewers. My name is Pretzle, and today we're playing Sid Meier's Civilization 4 Beyond the Sword. Continuing from where we last left off in our Snaky Continents Roosevelt game, I was on the verge of taking Phrygian from the Barbarians. I had just finished researching optics and upgraded one of my two triremes to be a caravel, which by my bug mod settings, which I had completely forgotten were set as such, is called the SNV Alpha. Saltian naval vessel. Saltian being lightly salted pretzel. And with any luck, we shall be meeting civilizations soon. So, with that, I shall... don't think there's anything else I want to do on this turn. Note that Washington is 13 turns away from a great person, so I might want to bring this caravel back and then send it somewhere else at some point. 3 turns away from having the Moai statues in Seattle. That's good to know. And I'm planning on building more cities up here, and my dot map has disappeared for some reason. So if the game crashes and the dot map disappears, you can easily just refresh it by running the dot map cursor over the map. It's a weird looking thing, but yeah. So, end turn. Oh, hello. Karl II of the Mayan Empire. Before I send my caravels out to meet anyone, someone sends some over to meet me. At least I hope it's caravels he sent over. This guy founded Hinduism. Hardly unsurprising for Karl. I think he does start with mysticism, I might be mistaken. Let's get open borders with him, that's not going to do any harm. Karl's golden age ends. Tech-wise. Yeah, figured as much. I mean, to be fair, he's probably the tech leader on the other side of the world. But it doesn't surprise me that I'm far behind. Ooh, point of note. He is the one, or at least he has philosophy. I would expect he's the one who founded Taoism. He has the means to research paper. Right, I'm gonna set my espionage slider to on him, because I don't know. I get the best combat odds with mace men, don't I? Yeah. Okay, so let's attack with my mace men then. All of these, really? No, I actually won all of those. Okay. Phrygian's not in an ideal location. Looking inside just to see if there is anything worth keeping, there is not. There's literally nothing. And so, admittedly I am losing a 5-pop city, but that rice is pretty improved, so yeah. Let's just raise that to the ground. I've already got the money from it. I'd rather not have that city on the hill. I'd rather have it there and make use of the hill for production. At this point of the game, that's more worthwhile. That also allows Los Angeles and, I guess, New Phrygian to share that grass hill tile when it becomes relevant. And a few other things. I suppose those coastal tiles are also overlapping. It's not a big deal. I do have a chariot to steal that worker. Conveniently, those roads allow me to take advantage of my 2 moves to move over there. So I can capture the worker easily enough. Skip the chariot's turn. Q, I guess, build a road. There's nothing else for you to do. Upgrade the caravel. Note that I got gold from taking the city. That did happen with the city before that was over here, but I didn't notice it because it comes up in the message window, not in a game event, which is what I was expecting. So this worker can go down there, I think. That's where it'll be most useful. And this maceman can sit in Los Angeles. This caravel can go over there. That's fine. And you want to go up there and build a road, as do you. Houston, actually, is working unimproved tiles. Let's not have you work a 2 food tile. That is literally useless. Work the mine? Yeah, that's better. Just the forge out sooner, and I'll probably want to whip the courthouse when that's done. Houston does have enough food. I prefer it to have more, but in the meantime it does have enough. Now, are all the tiles being worked that I want to be worked? It's probably something I should have checked sooner. That is fine, I think. New York actually is angry. That is whip anger, but in the meantime build a settler to get rid of that. Seattle builds the Moai statues next turn. And yeah. Okay, we're good. Alright, yeah, but yeah, Carl's score is elite, 1337. That's double mine. Says a lot about having contact with people. Right, so note that I have an espionage advantage over Pakal. This trireme barbarian galley, really? Fine. Probably winning combat against that. I'd expect it'll attack me. And up here I want to be spawn busting with these units. Hello. Will you attack me and I win? Unfortunately, the combat advantage that chariots get over axemen is only when attacking axemen. So I don't actually get a combat advantage on there, which is a shame. So hopefully I'm okay. Regardless, you take combat 2 to heal, and move on to that worker to defend them. No, that worker can go there, so that was a waste of time. You also take City Raider 2. Oh, you all may as well, really. What that might end up doing is me having City Raider 2 Navy SEALs later in the game, which I don't know if I'll actually use those or not. We will see. Alright, so this caravel can go down this way, and look into what do you see with your elf eyes, caravel. Nothing. Did I point out the fact that these are called SNV Alpha? That's a bug mod thing. I feel like I didn't mention that. I might have done. Whatever. I'm tired, okay? You go onto that. This worker can go up there, build a road, as can you. I think that's the most effective thing to do.
Tell me what to do.
Actually, next turn that worker can go onto that forest and build a road, and then onto that forest and build a road. I think that'll be better. End turn. Oh shit. I lost my chariot. Well, so be it. I'll send a couple of mace men up.
Yes.
So one pop whip on that forge. That is a 2 pop whip on this courthouse, and that's not gonna change next turn. I don't think. No, it will, won't it? 30 hammers for whipping, and then double it because of my double production speed of courthouses. So 60 hammers per whip, which is what I would do. No, because with 15 hammers, I still fall within that frame, don't I? As long as I have above 60 hammers left, then I'll be fine. So when I grow next turn, yeah, I can whip the courthouse then, and that's not a problem. At least it shouldn't be. If it is, I'll be annoyed, but You sit still on that city. You go... hello, no, those are borders. Stalin, hello, who is also Hindu, and is plotting war. And is presumably close friends with Pakal? Yep, very good friends. They are friendly towards one another. Oh no, Stalin's only pleased towards Pakal. Oh yeah, there's a thought, I forgot about that. Okay, so let's make good friends with these guys. He apparently just doesn't like me enough. Does he need to be pleased in order to trade techs? That's not something I was aware of. Well, regardless, he'll be happy soon enough after some turns of open borders. And I will try to be his friend. Stalin's a bit of a warmonger, as you might expect if you know anything about history at all. Bit of a cruel AI, reflecting his historical personality. Of course, Hitler wasn't included in the game, even though Stalin, I think, does have a higher death toll. But let's not get into that. That was a stupid thing to mention. Why did I say that? Chop that. You go there. Should have built a road, really. Oh well. Then I can whip the courthouse and then chop the forest. Right, we build Philadelphia next turn. We've finished the Moai statues at last. So now I'm getting good production in everything in Seattle. Were you running a specialist before? Yeah, so looking at Seattle, everything is now a 2-1-2 coastal tile, which is pretty good. The ocean tiles further out get one less commerce, but so be it, that's still fine. Never went through what Russia gets. Russia is aggressive, industrious. Aggressive gives a free combat 1 promotion to all melee and gunpowder units, and also gives increased production speed. I think, yeah, double hammers towards barracks and dry docks. Barracks we've seen, dry docks are a later game building, come with the steam power technology that increases production speed of naval units and gives them promotions. Industrious, I'm industrious, so I've already gone over that. The Russian unique building is, if I recall correctly, pretty lame. Yeah, the Research Institute replaces the laboratory and just comes too late in the game to have much of an impact. Gives... yeah, it's also pretty... +2 free scientist is a nice bonus, sure, but now that late in the game, it's not that big of a thing. The other Russian thing is the Cossack. This is a replacement for the cavalry unit that you get with rifling and military tradition techs, and has a 50% combat bonus versus all mounted units. So really it's a cavalry that is better against other cavalry, and trounces cuirassiers who precede it. Pakal, however, expansive financial. Financial gives +1 commerce on any 2 commerce tile, and expansive gives +2 health in all cities. Increased production speed for workers, I think, is a +25% boost, I need to check. And double production speed for granaries and some other things. Leader traits, expensive. Granaries and harbours, yes. Okay, so Pakal, where is he? There he is of the Mayan Empire, and has the unique ball court building, which replaces the Colosseum. Also not that useful, because Colosseums aren't something you'd build very often, but the extra 2 happiness you get out of it, I suppose is somewhat handy. If you're in dire need of happiness and you have construction, then there's no reason why you can't build a ball court. vast improvements on the Colosseum, sure, but still you're not that likely to build Colosseums, so the bonus is a little bit lame. The Holcan is a replacement for the Spearman, and is pretty much identical, except for the fact that rather than where the Spearman requires either copper or iron to build, the Holcan does not. It is a resourceless. It's a resourceless build for that unit, which can give a fairly good shortcut earlier in the game if you're in dire need of a mounted unit counter. Now, where was I with my actual cities? Oh, I'm seeing some unhealthiness. Unhealthiness just digs into your food supply. It just gives adds one more unit of food cost for each thing, which is fine. There's that's not as big of a penalty as unhappy citizens, which just don't do any work, which are a bit of a pain, really. That being said, I don't really need to be growing in that instance, do I? So, are all of those cottages being worked in San Francisco? They are, but San Francisco can be working different cottages. If Chicago can also be working cottages. Yep, okay, both cities are fine. Washington is okay, but doesn't need to be growing, and doesn't want to be working as citizen. What the hell are you doing? Oh. That's literally because I just deselected the 3 food tile there. That's the only reason why. Working as settler, working the right tiles in New York by the looks of things. And then in Boston, again, you look like you're working the correct tiles. Against Philadelphia. Philadelphia against Atlanta. Yep, Atlanta needs to grow that last population point to reach its happy cap. And hell, do I actually have trade routes with you, Pikal? I do. Does that mean Pikal has astronomy? It should do. Shit. Okay, that's actually slightly concerning. Because what that means is that Pikal is able to send settlers over the sea. Now, I'm inclined to think that he won't do that, but you never know. Now, right, he will give me that. Will he give me that? No. Okay, right, so resource trading is a thing. Ivory, the game considers a strategic resource until a little bit later in the game. I would expect gunpowder, really, since that's when war elephants become obsolete. So, since I do not need 4 ivory, I only need 1, if that, and I can very much make use of gems and 9 gold per turn, I'm going to trade away my ivory. There's no harm in Maya having it, in favour of gems and 9 gold per turn. So the gems will give me 2 happiness in every city, unless I don't have a forge there, in which case I only get 1 happiness. This means my cities can grow much more. Now, similarly, I'm going to set up a separate resource trade for sugar and spices. Spices will give me +1 happiness, and in any city that has a grocer, which there are none at the moment, I will get a health bonus. Whereas sugar, I have 6 of them. I don't need 6 of them, I only need 1. Has the same bonuses. I'm going to trade it away. Now Stalin does not have astronomy, so I can't do that. The only reason I can trade resources with Pakal is because he has astronomy, therefore there are trade routes going between us. And based on the fact that he won't trade away astronomy, he is the only one with it. Which is certainly fine by me. I wonder if he's the only one with optics. I hope so. Right, so next turn I will presumably be meeting Mao Zedong, since I see his workboat there. Rather amusing I haven't met him this turn, to be fair. Right, next turn I want to whip that courthouse, I need to remember that. And Mao Zedong, hello. We would like to make a trade proposal. We would like to... right. Never mind. Horseback... no, I don't need horseback riding. I've constructed a settler. And for now I'll build wealth. I might reconsider that later. Now Mao will open borders, but I need to consider how well liked he is by Stalin and Pakal, both of whom are pleased towards him. Okay, they are all fairly friendly, so I am safe to open borders with Mao, which is certainly fine. Now he wants compass for alphabet, maybe? Alphabet, mysticism, and 30 gold. Alphabet is 448, compass is 598. What about your world map? Ooh, he expects money for that. Maybe not then. Maybe later. Yeah, I'll take mysticism and the 30 gold, that's fine. We accept your offer.
Words have the power.
Nature herself has imprinted on the minds of
Now
all.
that settler is
When
going
words are
up
both
there to the
found and
rice
found,
city.
They can change our world.
We are going up there, and up there. Okay. Now Stalin still doesn't like me quite enough for trading. Gold is a little bit valuable for me at the moment. Oh, hello. Let's go there. You should have enough combat bravery to attack me. Let's chop down that forest, because otherwise I'm just going to settle a city there. Let's road on that. So I think I'm going to send the settler I'm building in New York to this city, because it has pre-improved tiles. I may as well work them. Combat odds, 29.2. Well, I suppose, yeah, that's understandable. I mean, I don't have any combat modifiers that would give me favour. I am slightly injured, and he is in horrendous terrain for me to attack into. So if you go there, so that if you move into the forest, which you probably will do, I'm going to move you up there, move you there, hopefully move you into the forest or onto the grassland. Or at the very least I should be able to attack you next turn with favourable odds. Now you can move up there. And now there shouldn't be any barbarians that can spawn in this peninsula. Maybe some up there, and as shown, something in that area there. But I never expected to have perfect coverage, I just expected to have good coverage. And that's all I really needed. I've been fairly well defended thus far, so I'm happy with that. Let's, oh yeah, I wanted to whip, didn't I? 2-pop whip, and then finish the chop. And don't work that tile. Work the mine. Now you build that road there, you build that road there. And that axeman can go into that city. Why weren't you there already? Okay, let's switch to page 20. Nothing can be hurried. There are some cities building wealth. Do they want to be building wealth? Based on the fact that Pakal has astronomy, actually, yes. Now, Philadelphia has a harbour. That's why. I can't actually see any Mayan cities, so I won't get any trade routes with him. He can see my cities, so maybe I'll get some trade routes from that. But until then, it's not really worthwhile building harbours. That being said, I may as well, right? I will get some benefit from them. It's a little while until I can build anything else. Unless I get some good tech trading going, which I fully intend to. We'll see how people on the other side of the world are doing, since I'm assuming these guys haven't met the other guys yet. I'm guessing there's a block of 3 here and a block of 3 here. That seems like a solid thing for the game to generate. Right, now I was going through my wealth producing cities. Washington can have a harbour. Boston already has a harbour and doesn't need to be building anything else. Yep, you guys will be happy for a long time now. Wealth is fine there. Chicago. Chicago can also have a harbour. San Francisco obviously can't have a harbour because it's inland, but let's get you working on a settler in a few turns, in 3 turns, so that you can grow. And instead of working the merchant, let's work that cottage tile. That'll do better in the long run. So in 2 turns, which will probably be the remainder of this recording. Did I go over Mao? Mao I did not go over. Mao, like Pakal, is expansive, so health plus worker production speed plus granaries and harbours. He's also protective, so he's going to be a pain in the ass to attack. Protective leaders receive production bonuses on walls and castles, which don't normally mean that much in the long run. But what does mean a lot is that they receive drill promotions and city garrison promotions on all archery units and gunpowder units. So that can be a bit unfortunate to attack into. Alright, so next turn I will research paper, which gives me access to not a whole lot. I can build the University of Sancor, and I can trade maps. Of course, maps I'm already able to trade because everyone else in the world has paper. Well, no. Pakal and Mao have paper. Mao had paper a little while ago. And also has philosophy. Can I tell who founded that yet? No. Okay, it is a slight concern that people are ahead of me in the lib race, but so be it. They actually attacked my thing. I'm surprised at that, actually. So, let's go education. Pakal is working on the printing press for whatever reason. So let's spread my EPs evenly across those 2. Actually, no. More EPs on Mao, since he's got EPs on me. Espionage I hadn't looked at until just now, obviously, because I hadn't met anyone else in the world. This espionage screen is vastly improved in Beyond the Sword. Allows you to see a lot more information a lot more clearly. Sorry, not Beyond the Sword, the bug mod. So you can weight your So from certain buildings, one being the palace, others being courthouses and jails, security bureaus and intelligence agencies. I think that's an exhaustive list. They provide you with espionage points, which you can put towards espionage against other civilizations in the game. This allows you to see what they're researching. As I can see with Pakal, he's researching printing press. Can see their demographics screen. So if we go on to the graph, this is Pakal's graph. He had, yeah, that was his golden age. Food, power, culture, and espionage. Sooner or later you get city visibility and even the ability to see inside the cities. Of course that requires I know where the cities are, which at the moment I don't. You can also send those are all the passive actions. You can send spies to conduct missions, such as sabotaging a tile improvement, sabotaging a building by going into the city and selecting a building that you can destroy. Most easy to destroy is walls. You can also destroy granaries and things like that. Sabotage project, so if they're building a spaceship part or the Manhattan Project or something, you can instantly cause the production of that to end by using the sabotage project. Obviously that requires a lot of espionage points, but if you've sunk enough into the game, enough as the game's been going, then that'll be easy. Sabotage production, very similar thing. That means you can just interrupt the production of, say, a barracks or any other building. Steal from treasury, you can actually steal money, like from the treasury, of which I have 125 right now. From my understanding, wealth is kept in cities before it goes into the treasury. So the amount of wealth you can steal is dependent on how much is actually inside the city at the time. Spread culture is very useful if you are on the border of a civilization and you're trying to press them for culture in order to get the city to culturally swip to you. Poison water and fermented happiness, respectively, cause 8 unhealth and 8 unhappiness in an enemy city, which ticks down by 1 per turn. Support city revolt is like inducing anarchy in a city for a single turn, and is very useful if you are trying to immediately reduce the defenses of a city without spending many turns bombarding a city's defenses using siege weapons. Steel technology does what it says on the tin. You can straight up take a technology that they have that you don't by spending obscene amounts of espionage points. Overall that does work out cheaper than researching something yourself, but the amount of times you may have to attempt it will probably work out more expensive in the long run. Influence civics, influence religion. They, as again, do what they say on the tin. You can cause by sticking a spy in a city, you can perform a mission that causes that civilization to switch civics. I think anarchy free, I'm not 100% sure. Influence religion, similarly, switch religion. And those two seem a bit overpowered and unrealistic, thinking about it, but I guess the amount of espionage points required, I don't know. And perform counter-espionage causes the espionage missions that civilization would be performing against you to double in cost for X amount of time. So if I could see anyone's cities, which I can see Rostov in the Russian Empire. I can see exactly how many espionage points those missions would take. For steel technology and sabotage building, those are minimum targets. Right, so there's land there. There's also land up here, so let's go that way. And no cultural borders? No. I wonder if that's a free landmass then. That would be interesting. Right, now this makes them 1 in combat, so that's nice. Let's take you up there, and up there. You go that way. You... I honestly don't know why I sent you this way. I guess let's start building roads towards that city? I don't know. Now would I rather have a lighthouse or a library? Library would take 4 turns, lighthouse would be done instantly and would provide me with a more worthwhile tile to work. On the other hand, I need that culture pretty quickly, so let's do the library. Let's get the roads built. And then let's get this tile chopped. And where's that settler? Are you ready to settle next turn? Okay, cool. In which case, let's move that work onto that tile and skip turn. Let's get you starting a pre-chop.
What's the plan?
Although not on that forest, that was a dumb thing to do. I should have moved you onto that one. You go over there, reduce barbarian galley spawns. And there was something we wanted to whip or something, was there? Which I now don't remember. Which I now feel stupid about. Well, regardless, we're getting to the end of the episode, so I think that'll do for now. How long would you take to get back there? Yeah, that'll be fine, actually. Send you there, and then send you there. I explicitly want that caravel to take that path. That way, I'll uncover what's under that tile. In case, well, there's almost certainly nothing there, but you never know, right? Okay, so I feel that was reasonable progress. Discovered quite a lot there. Talked a lot about what was going on. This is the military advisor, not very useful. And now, Stalin. I'd rather trade with you right now, to be honest. You are slightly farther behind. But Mao, I suppose I may as well trade with in the meantime. Optics for your world map. What would make this deal work? Okay, let's try your world map and construction. You will also give me meditation and 10 gold. That, I think, will do nicely. Actually, give me aesthetics as well. Not for cheap. Okay, fine. Meditation and 10 gold will do. Meditation I'll need anyway for getting philosophy. So, we will accept that. There's no harm in him having optics, I don't think.
And on the pedestal, these words of
Instruction and
My
meditation.
name is Ozymandias, king of Lack of meditation. Look on my works, ye mighty. Know well what leads you forward, and what holds you back.
I will need engineering eventually for something. Chemistry, that's what you need engineering for. And of course that allows you to get further down the line. And of course printing press requires machinery, which I already have. I don't know why I brought that up. So we're getting a bit closer to catching up on tech tree terms now. Hopefully. Oh, hello. Wow. Okay, yeah, that was a fair... Huh. Okay, so I will actually play this for one more turn because I want to show something fairly amusing. Actually, let's see who is on the map. So we have Stalin's Russia. We have Pakal's Maya. We have what looks like Surya Varman's Khmer. We have Ragnar's Vikings Empire. We have Rome, which will be either Julius or Augustus Caesar. And up here is Mao's China. So that is that. Oh my god, really? You settled... Why would you settle that? That's just disrespectful. No, I mean, okay, I get settling up there to claim the copper. But don't settle on the copper, surely. Settling on the copper is just inefficient. I mean, I guess at least you don't have to send a worker up there to spend time dicking around with that, but... Oh my god. Anyway, I am ticking over, but I really want to show just one more turn to see what just happened here. And no, I don't actually need the caravels, so let's just send you back. End turn. Come on. Okay, so warrior has been destroyed. Like, I suppose it's possible that someone else did it. Okay, Roman Empire, great. Pakal's completed the Sistine Chapel, great. So basically confirmed now Pakal's going for a cultural victory. Your maps have proven that the world is round. Your ships receive a +1 movement bonus. Oh yeah. That is generally not that useful, but this is an archipelago map. It is inherently naval. So that is a huge boost, and I got it without even trying. I recognized that was a possibility when I traded maps with Mao. Did not actually expect to get that. So rather than ending the video at the end of a turn, I will end it at the beginning of this turn. So thank you for watching. I have been and shall continue to be Pretzle. If you like the video, please like the video and feel free to stick around for more. In the meantime, enjoy the music and don't forget to be awesome.